You know, the joke forever with men was always that they would never take directions. They would get in the car, they'd go on a road trip, they definitely weren't gonna listen to their spouse in the car, but more importantly, they wouldn't open the Thomas Guide, Dating Myself, or, you know, nowadays, it's just, I'll figure it out, I'll get there. And they would end up aimlessly driving around all over the place. The same problem happens today. And so instead of addressing what they don't know, they look out into a world of guys saying that they know exactly how to get to where they want to go, and they just go follow all those idiots. And I say idiots because a lot of times that's what it is. They're parading more money, fancy car, whatever, like all of that. And those can be great things to pursue, but it doesn't address the root cause of the problem, which is I have an issue. I am struggling. I'm afraid. Like, the number of guys that would really be willing to say that they are afraid in a public forum is slim and none. Could you imagine what your world would be like if you could get together with a group of guys, you could shoot the crap about whatever you want, and at the same time you could say your business is struggling, when you aren't making rent, or you're not able to pay your bills or make payroll? Could you imagine what it would be like to sit down with your friends and be like, I'm really struggling. I don't know what to do. I think there are so many men out there that, first of all, would hear that and want to be in an environment like that. That would be number one. But number two is, could you imagine how much more quickly we could address the problem and find the solution by talking about those things? How many of your other guy friends have dealt with that same stuff, are dealing with that same stuff? Or could you imagine if financially, we're talking about financial problems, and one of your friends was like, hey, I'll cover you, I'll help you. It's crazy for me to think of what we're leaving on the table because we are too macho to admit that we struggle. And the answer to that again is, let's just pile on more crap. Let's just bump our chests and act all tough. But at the end of the day, until we get inside of ourselves and address those things that we struggle with, that we're afraid of, we are never going to achieve the things that we really desire. And therefore, we're never gonna really be happy. We're always gonna be in that state of turmoil. The first challenge I have for you is, if you really are as tough as you believe you are, go first. Open yourself up to a close friend and be willing to share with them. You don't have to go all in all at once, but be willing to tell one of your closest friends that you're screwing up, or that you're struggling, or that you cried over something yesterday and you don't even know where it came from. That would be the easiest and yet probably the most difficult thing that you can do. If you're not ready to go there yet, or maybe you don't have a close relationship like that, my encouragement to you is to join the community that I am building, to challenge manhood, to restore manhood, ultimately to help us, because I'm in this too, to become the men that we were created to be the protector, to be the provider, to be the one that is out there championing greatness and excellence in everything that we do. Text MAN, 714-202-9402. It's the easiest way to get in. There's no cost involved. You got a question, you need something, you can respond to there. And I'll do my best to support you through this. And through that journey, I will lead you in other ways that you can do that. So you got three choices to make. Do nothing. Sit where you're at and struggle for as long as you can potentially deal with it. Second one is find a friend and talk to them. Third one is text me, and I'll do my best to start walking with you through that process and show you other ways that we can get involved in helping you ultimately address those things, but more importantly, find that freedom, find that fulfillment, and become that man that you really want to be.